Hey, what's going on, people? What's up, YouTube? You got Ed Talks. I'm in the building. Got my man, Terrence, TMH. He rocking with me.
What up?
Yeah. Light skeleton crew today. But you know, we always showing up. Always showing up for y'all. Talking about the hottest, the latest and greatest in comics, entertainment, music, culture. You name it, man. We talking about it. How you doing, Terrence?
I'm hanging in there, man. Hanging in there. Got a little lightning storm going on right now.
Dang. Sound like
Georgia.
The weather in Georgia sounds kind of crazy.
Yeah, the weather in Georgia, man, it has an attitude of its own.
You know what's funny? Man, I need to go back and review my geography because for some reason I thought Georgia was near Texas, above like near Louisiana, but it's actually closer to Florida. You're closer to Florida.
Yeah, we right above Florida. Yep. Right above Florida.
Florida, man.
Yeah, you come down here, man. You need to, take the family, man. Go take a trip to Savannah.
Oh yeah, I would love that.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Let's put that on the to-do list. I'm gonna throw it on the vision.
Yeah, right on the coast, man.
Yeah. We'll make a whole trip out of it. Check out Savannah, of course Atlanta, and then maybe I'll swing through with the kiddos. We'll hit up Walt Disney World. Wow.
Hey, there it is.
We'll see. That's what we're working for. All right.
Sir.
All right. So what we doing today? We got a good show. We got a lot of different things. We're missing our boys, Chris, Spec, Q. But we're here. We're gonna make the most of it. All right. What are we talking about?
I think we ought to talk about The Running Man. Just came out today.
Woo.
And it is the remake of the Arnold Schwarzenegger original one.
Yeah. Now we're talking. It seems like everything we're covering are just like sequels, spin-offs, reboots. But man, Running Man, that was classic. If you haven't seen it, classic 1987 film, man. And I think it holds up okay today too, huh?
Yeah, I mean the trailer looks good.
Yeah.
It's still kind of in the same vein of what the original was. I think the only difference is from what the new trailer shows is they've created a whole outside, combative thing going on versus how it was in the original where Arnold Schwarzenegger was all like in this underground, bunker fighting everybody.
Yeah. Just pulled up the little image here. I mean, dang. If that don't make you feel old. 1987. Man, let's see if we can get the trailer running here. I'm gonna keep it on mute, but just so any young bucks, they can see what's up and see what's going on with the OG Running Man. Let's see here. Yeah, but this movie was good though. I remember this. I loved Rocky growing up. Man, Demolition Man. And of course Top Gun. Those are like my favorite movies when I was a kid. Look at that, young Arnold.
Oh yeah. The crazy thing about it is I wish they would have kept some of those original villains on there. Buzzsaw and Dynamo.
So that's where they changed then.
Fireball. Yeah, I don't think that they're gonna have those people on there. That's Buzzsaw right there.
Yeah. I might have to revisit this one for sure.
Yeah, if you haven't seen that one, man, I wouldn't watch the new one yet. But I think it really doesn't matter, I guess.
Yeah.
Especially if you're brand new and you're a young person that doesn't even know anything about the old one.
And I know for me, sometimes it's just like, hey, man, how does it hold up? Sometimes the pace is different, right? Because, man, this is like a 40-year-old movie, right?
And then you're talking about a different director.
Yeah.
with a different vision.
Yeah. But that's the thing about classics, man. They stand the test of time. So that was the OG trailer. What's the premise behind this? Again, man, I think the last time I saw it was probably like 30 years ago, to be honest.
So this is based off of Stephen King's book.
Okay.
Storyline's a little bit different, but Ben Richards gets in trouble, and he was in the military, but they got him for shooting up a bunch of people in this village. They called him the Butcher of Bakersfield.
Oh.
And he ended up having to go on to a game show to save his life. So
that's an interesting premise right there.
Oh yeah.
And I guess they knew, right? Because what, 10 years, 20 years later, it's all about reality TV. These contests and all that. So they were, I guess, forecasting what we were about to see.
And then the crazy thing about it, from the original, the guy who played Killian, he used to be the host for Family Feud, but I can't remember his name.
Oh, Richard Dawson?
Yeah.
Sorry, I see him right here on my screen. He's before my time. Like, I'm old, not that old.
But yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. This guy here, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. She looked like Cher, sort of. You squint.
Man, back in the day, I had a crush on her back in the day.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh. Was that your Greatest American Hero days?
Yeah, her and the hey, look, her and the lady from what was the Eddie Murphy movie? Golden Child.
Oh,
yeah, both of them.
Yeah. The Asian one, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. It's crazy though, seeing Cher when she was younger. Because again, that's from the 70s. But I guess they were quite the thing, Sonny and Cher.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. All right, let's check out the other Running Man trailer while we got it, while it's fresh.
Sure.
I'm gonna turn down the music so we can hear the audio on this one. All right, so sharing this tab, full screen, no commercials, we're money.
Stop filming me! Stop filming!
All right, hold on here. This should be sharing the audio. I might have it muted on the top. Let me see here.
Me!
Huh, that's interesting. Okay, here we go. I figured it out. Cool.
Ben Richards, 35, married, one child, in medical crisis.
We need money for a doctor now.
Ben, watch us up.
Employment status, blacklisted. But there's still a way out for you. It's the biggest show in the country.
Bloodlust is our birthright! Set it free! Welcome to the Running Man!
Oh, that's Coleman, right?
People on these games never come
Yeah.
back.
I'm not trying to get myself killed.
He's everywhere right
I kissed
now.
my ass twice.
Man, yeah, he's definitely dope.
Is why you can win this game. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days with the entire nation hunting you down. And get your family out of Slumside for good.
I'm gonna come back here and burn this building down. I promise.
That's the spirit.
This is America, goddammit! And we don't put up with no bullshit! Yes! Hunt him down! Stop filming me!
Have you ever wondered if this game is rigged?
Guess we'll find out.
went up too fast. Hey, buddy. You're on freebie. You better run!
I got a grenade! Back at you.
I'm still here, you shit eaters. Hey, big boys!
Is that Shia LaBeouf?
Are you crazy?
Wow. That looked
Yeah,
good.
they got a little comedy in it. Yeah, look, that looks good. They were making comments on Facebook this morning about Coleman Domingo being the host, and they were like, "Man, they should have gotten Steve Harvey for that."
Dude, hey, I don't know if I asked this last time, but where did Coleman come from? Like, because I swear to God, man, where I look, he's there. Like, what was his big break?
All I know is I think he came from stage, but the first time I ever saw him was on Fear of the Walking Dead. I probably never paid attention to him in the past, but that's where I remember him from.
Yeah, that's actually one of his earliest things. Because seriously, man, this guy's everywhere, man. This guy's he's like where Kevin Hart was, 10 years ago, 5 years ago. You know what I mean? Everywhere
I think he comes from theater, man.
He definitely has.
But it's a different,
yeah. He got a different.
It's a difference in acting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was in The Color Purple. I guess that came out 2 years ago.
Right.
Wow, was that when the remake came out? Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Candyman
Spielberg.
2021. Man,
Yeah, I did watch that one.
That was huge. My wife doesn't want to watch it though. I heard this show was so. But I guess Fear of the Walking Dead, that was the big break.
Yeah, he stood out in that character he played.
Huh. Cool, good for him.
But you can tell the difference with actors, man, that are just going in to audition versus having that history of being on stage.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That perform the way they perform is just completely different.
Yeah. Well, I think it's just the shift in society, right? Where like he's polished and this is what he's made for. And then you get other folks, they just get him in because they know him. You know what I mean? A John Cena, something like that. Influencer. Good for him, dude. It's all right.
John Cena came a long way with acting too.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's another guy since you talk about wrestling. Real quick, it just hit me. This guy was on and I can't remember his real name. I think it was on Real World. Then he went from Real World to Real World Road Rules Challenge.
The Miz.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
We're big fans of the MTV Challenge. My wife.
I've seen a couple of his movies.
He's in movies?
Have you seen him? Yeah. You know how they do the WWF movies?
Oh no, I didn't know, man. So I'm an old timer OG, like, Stone Cold. I was gonna say Sting, Ric Flair, but again, kind of that older generation. And then kind of got into like when The Rock came in there, but I don't know. I tried watching it when it went over to Netflix, and it was super different. It takes like 10 minutes for them to get announced, and then there's this big spectacle going down the aisle. They're slapping everyone high five and the music, and then both guys are in the ring, and all they do is just look at each other and then talk shit. It's just,
I used to be a big wrestling fan.
Yeah.
But I kind of got off of it maybe in 05 or something like that when Eddie Guerrero and all them died, man. Chris Benoit. Yeah, it was real tragic, man.
I don't even remember hearing Eddie Guerrero dying. Dang. No
Yeah, Eddie
way.
Guerrero died after Chris Benoit because Chris Benoit. Well, I don't really want to talk about it, but he
You getting
killed
sad?
his family.
No, he
And then he
did?
killed himself. Yeah, Chris Benoit. But and then Eddie, Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit were real close.
Wow.
They were real close.
Anybody who, wow, he's from Georgia, man.
Yeah, he's from Atlanta. Yep.
Wow, no way. Maybe he had I mean, again, sorry, rest in peace to the family. That's tragic. That sucks, man. I wonder if he had like CTE or something. Is that what it is? CTE?
It could have been, or it could have been something, right? Or it could have been something based off of. I don't want to say he took steroids or something like that, but
yeah,
you just never know.
Yeah, I mean, you don't know what's going on in people's head today, right?
Right.
And speaking of that, hey, last month, I think we touched on this after in like a team meeting. So this isn't for the live stream, but last month was Men's Mental Health Awareness Day, or Men's Mental Health Awareness Month.
Right.
Yeah. So seems like every month there's a new thing we're celebrating. But that one seems pretty relevant, right? I know we're all Americans today. Everyone around the world, man, we're all facing these mental health issues. And so, I think, if you're not feeling good, there's definitely resources out there, people you can talk to and all that. What's your take on that Mental Health Awareness Month, man? You think that's a good move, bad move? What do you think?
No, I think it's a good move. I mean, like you said, everybody's going through something, and you just never know what somebody's thinking from day to day and how they're feeling. And like you said, if you need any help, I think you ought to go get it.
100%. But it can be hard to know when it's time to get help, right?
Right.
Especially, I think, like, I don't want to make it a sex thing, but I think for men, there's a lot of pressure not to be vulnerable and share share how you're feeling, right? You don't want to be all in your feelings and stuff. So.
Yeah, I even hate to bring this up, but on Father's Day, there's here in Atlanta, we have something called Spaghetti Junction, which is the highway. Okay. And it's a bunch of ramps that circle around in a complete circle. And on Father's Day, man, probably about noon, there was a guy standing on top of one of those ramps, those bridges. And he just jumped.
No.
Yeah. So when you talk about, what I'm saying, mental health and all that type of stuff, man, it's important that you got to go get it before it's too late.
For real.
Because you never know what that guy had going on,
Yeah. We all going through a lot, man. Life ain't easy, man. There's constant struggles, but you got to find an outlet. Whether it's someone you need to talk to, something you're passionate about. You're like, man, we're all people, and it seems like we're different. I don't know if it's a Cali in me or what, but man, at the end of the day, man, we're all people. And we're all. I think you'd be surprised. I know we're all busy and stuff, but I think you'd be surprised how many people are willing to help if you just ask for it.
Right.
Man, well,
and you got to speak up,
Yeah, it's not easy, and especially again because I think, especially for men, there's that pressure to just hold it in. I remember, so I was born in the 80s, and so I remember there's influence from like the 50s, 60s, and 70s, and man, those guys, man, they went through a lot, and they just like kept it all to themselves. It's not healthy, dude.
No, it's not. And I think that's why society kind of labels men as, man, you brush it off. But, we have feelings just like the next person. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, say that again, man.
No, I said we have feelings just like everybody else.
Yes, sir.
But everybody's, they expect men to just brush it off. Keep it moving.
Yeah. And it's crazy though, because you got to on some level. Like that's kind of what's worked with me. Like, has everything gone my way? No. But you just keep it moving, and then you just keep hoping for the better days.
Right.
Then,
You know what's so crazy about that? Now that we're talking about it, it's kind of like, well, maybe that's why men die younger than women do. Because women, they get amongst each other and just have those conversations. They talk about it. They get it out. Man, we just keep it inside. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, that builds up stress and everything else.
ding, 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 ding. 100%.
Yeah.
That's the silent killer right there.
Right.
And again, I don't want to talk about these downer topics, but for real, you know, like I'm in my 40s now. And so these are the things I'm thinking about. And that's why it's nice to take a break, watch a good movie, watch The Running Man, read a comic book or whatever, you know, draw, you know, again, find another outlet because you don't want to be in that place too long. So it's tough, man. There's no easy answer for sure.
Right.
So, but hey, you know I got your back, man. If you ever got something on your mind, man, hit your boy up.
Definitely. That ought to be something that needs to be spoken about too. I mean, I know that people do on certain platforms, but it's not really, you know, really put out there. Hey guys, let's put this function together.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And you know me, man, like, and not making it a like male versus female, because I feel like that's where we're focusing on right now, or at least the media is manosphere, right? And so we got to fall in line with our gender roles. But dude, why can't we just be people? Again, remember, I'm from Cali, people. So I might have just more open views about that. You know, think what you want, but you know, I can stand by my beliefs, man.
Absolutely.
All right. So again, if you're going through it, don't go through it alone. Lean up on somebody. Your best friend, your mama, your papa, your neighbor, the bank teller. It don't matter, man. Just talk to somebody. Get it out there so you can release it. And keep it moving. Yep. All right. Is it a good time to take a quick little break? We were talking about, showing one of the early episodes, Rise of the Eltarian Empire. I remember we listened to the beginning snippet. Should we catch the end?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. So remember, everybody, this is available on Spotify. You can check it out now for free. What's nice is it highlights all of the different titles under the TMH catalog. So there's different stories for different folks, different styles, right? So there's a little bit of something for everybody. Let me share my screen again. And wouldn't you say this is one of the major books that you've dropped in terms of like?
Yeah, that is the the prequel for Ulterior.
Yeah. So this is like OG here. This is before Ulterior. All right, cool. Let me cut the music. Dead that. Boom. All right, so we're starting from the middle here. So we're gonna hear the middle to the end, the rise of the Eltarian Empire. Let's go.
Imagine you're a neighboring civilization. You've known the Eltarians as this peaceful, reclusive society. Suddenly they show up with a fleet capable of who knows what.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too thrilled about that. Talk about a galactic power shift.
Exactly, and that's exactly what happens. Shattered Harmony describes this ripple effect across the galaxy. News of the Eltarian transformation, the Phalanx fleet, it spreads like wildfire, causing anxiety among other civilizations.
Makes sense. It'd be like waking up one morning to find out your quiet neighbor suddenly became a military superpower.
Precisely. And the other civilizations, they don't just sit back and watch. We're talking about major players here. The Eldari, the Kree, the Shi'ar, even the Skrulls.
Wow. So, like, a whole coalition forms in response to the Ulterians.
Exactly. They're all united by this shared concern about what the Ulterians might do with all that newfound power.
It's kind of a recipe for disaster, isn't it? The Ulterians, they're already struggling with their own internal divisions, trying to come to terms with what they've become.
And now they're thrown into this complex web of galactic politics. It's like walking into a minefield.
And I'm guessing things don't go smoothly.
Not at all. The text mentions a near collision between the Phalanx fleet and a Kree patrol. It's just one example of how quickly things can escalate.
Right. When everyone's on edge, a simple misunderstanding can blow up into a full-blown conflict.
Exactly. And it highlights just how important communication is, especially when you have a civilization like the Alterians who've been isolated for so long, suddenly thrust onto this galactic stage.
Speaking of communication, where do Ilara and Xyloth fit into all of this? They're still out there, right? Trying to change things?
Oh yeah, they're very much in the thick of it. They're aware of the coalition, the growing tension, and their goal, as always, is to prevent a galaxy-wide conflict.
But how do they even approach that? I mean, the coalition is probably not too keen on talking to the civilization that just built a massive warship fleet.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
But the Lara and Xyloth, they come up with a pretty bold plan.
Bold how?
They infiltrate the coalition's fleet.
Wait, they sneak onto an enemy ship.
They do. Their hope is to explain the truth about the Borgamite, convince the coalition that the Ulterians genuinely want peace.
That's crazy brave, but also crazy risky.
Yeah, it's a huge gamble. And unfortunately, it backfires. They're discovered. And the situation deteriorates pretty rapidly.
Oh no, so their attempt at peace talks just makes things worse?
Basically.
Yeah.
The coalition, they're already suspicious. So when they find Alara and Xyloth on their ship, it confirms their worst fears. They see it as an act of aggression.
Wow. So instead of bridging the gap, they end up widening it. It's tragic, really. A missed opportunity for understanding. And now I bet things really spiral out of control.
You bet. Shattered Harmony describes this full-scale battle erupting. The Phalanx fleet versus the coalition forces. It's chaos. This clash of technology fueled by fear and misunderstanding.
And Alara and Xyloth, they're caught in the middle of all this.
They are, but they don't give up. Even in the middle of this battle, they're trying to stop it. They use their knowledge of the Borgamite, the Phalanx fleet. They sabotage their own people's war effort, hoping to end the conflict.
That's intense, fighting a war on two fronts, against the coalition and against their own people.
It's a testament to their commitment to their original values. Even as their civilization seems to have abandoned them, they keep trying to reach the Eltarians, remind them of who they truly are, who they were before the Borgamite.
So we've got this huge battle raging. Alara and Xyloth are making a last stand. Does Shattered Harmony give us any hope? Is there any way out of this mess?
The text leaves us on a bit of a cliffhanger. We see Alara and Xyloth making this final plea to Xylos, the Grand Overseer. They're appealing to their conscience, reminding them of the Altarian's true nature.
Wow, it's a powerful image. Two individuals, branded as traitors, standing up to their own people in the middle of a war zone, fighting for the soul of their civilization.
It really captures the heart of the Altarian story, this struggle between their past and their present, their fear and their hope.
The big question is, will Xyloth listen?
So much is hanging in the balance. The fate of the Altarians, maybe even the galaxy. Will Xylos, the Grand Overseer, listen to Alara and Xyloth's plea?
It all comes down to this one person. They've been so focused on control, on protecting the Altarians, even if it means sacrificing their core values.
But seeing the consequences of their actions firsthand, that has to have an impact.
Right. And remember, Alara and Xyloth don't just plead for peace. They reveal the truth about the Borgamite.
The information they found in the monastery.
Exactly. Xyloth learns that the Altarians' transformation was orchestrated by this ancient civilization. Their entire history, their destiny, it was all manipulated.
That's a heavy realization. To think everything you believed about your people, your civilization, was essentially a lie.
It completely shatters their understanding of Altarian history, makes them question everything. Were their actions, their fear, their isolation, were they inevitable, or just a product of this manipulation?
They're like taking away their agency, their sense of self.
Exactly. So how does Xyloth respond to this loss of control?
Well, in a surprising turn of events, they order the Phalanx fleet to stand down.
Wait, they just stop. After all that talk of conquest, revenge.
They do. It's a complete 180. a rejection of everything they've been pushing for.
Wow. What makes them change their mind so drastically?
I think it's a combination of things. The realization of their manipulation, the devastation of the conflict, but maybe most importantly, seeing Ilara and Xyloth's unwavering faith in the Ulterians' true values, values that Xyloth themselves had seemingly abandoned.
So, in a way, Ilara and Xyloth remind Xyloth of who the Ulterians really are.
Exactly. And with the Phalanx fleet standing down, everything changes. The battle stops. Both sides are just stunned.
It must have been a surreal moment, this sudden silence after all the chaos.
Absolutely. And Xyloth, they seize this opportunity. They use the Borgamite technology to open a channel of communication with the coalition leaders.
Wow, talk about a risky move, to just lay it all out there, admit their vulnerability, their mistakes.
It's a huge risk. But Xyloth explains everything. The Borgamite, the manipulation, the transformation. They express remorse for the conflict and a genuine desire for peace.
And the coalition, do they believe them?
It takes time. Their skepticism, understandably. But Ilara and Xyloth, they vouch for Xyloth, explain their own efforts to stop the war, how they risk everything to prevent further bloodshed.
It shows how far their influence has spread, that even the coalition trusts them.
Right. And it highlights the power of individual action. Ilara, Xyloth, and now Xyloth. They each played a part in changing the course of their civilization's history.
So what happens next? Does the coalition accept Xyloth's explanation?
After a lot of deliberation, they agree to a ceasefire. They open a dialogue with the Ulterians. It's a fragile peace built on cautious trust and a shared understanding of the threat posed by this ancient manipulating civilization.
It's amazing. The Ulterians, they were on the brink of galactic domination, and then they choose diplomacy, cooperation.
It's a pretty remarkable turnaround. But their journey is far from over. They have a lot to figure out. Rebuilding trust, atoning for their actions, and ultimately deciding what their role in the galaxy will be.
Shattered Harmony ends on a hopeful note, but it acknowledges the challenges ahead.
Exactly. The Ulterians, they've shed their isolation. But now they need to define themselves. Will they become a force for good, using their technology to help others? Or will they fall back into the patterns of fear and paranoia that led them down this path in the first place?
It's a question that applies not just to the Ulterians, but to us as well. How do we reconcile our past with our present? How do we choose to define ourselves in a world that's constantly changing?
That's what makes the Ulterian story so compelling. It's a reminder that even in the face of trauma, manipulation, we have the power to choose a different path, a better future.
It's a story about hope and resilience, and the power of individual action to change the course of history.
And on that note, we'll wrap up our deep dive into the Ulterian civilization.
Wow.
There it is. There it is.
There it is, man. I like that. Dude, that sounds...
Absolutely.
That sounds amazing. So, A, again, check it out for free on Spotify, but pick up a copy. If you like it, pick up a copy on Amazon. They're all there. $2, $5. Come on. Support the team. We appreciate you guys. And again, I've been reading at least 10 pages a day, man, for the last 6 months. And it's been very, very helpful. You know.
Hey. We just said mental health awareness.
Yeah. Shoot. I'm almost about to finish my second book of the year, which is kind of crazy, right? Like I'm not a big reader. Like I just I will count the pages until the next chapter. That was my marker to stop, and I'd be like, oh damn, 15 more pages. Damn, you know, it's hard to get through those 15.
Yeah.
But yeah, ever since I started reading again, it's just cool. I think it helps with communication. It helps me visualize what's happening. It helps me empathize with other people because they're talking about what they're feeling, what they're going through. And man, just like Rise of the Ulterian Empire, right? Like hope. You know, I think the more stories you can hear, it just feeds into this bigger narrative of, again, we're all humans, man. We're all on the same side. Like, you know, peace and love. I mean, at least that's what I'm about, you know?
Oh, yeah. And when you read, man, it opens up a whole nother little story for you to be able to just, you know what I'm saying? Like, escape.
Exactly, dude.
Be in a whole nother world, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's like these movies and comics that we're talking about, right? But Reading's just the OG form. But there's so many benefits, man. If you can get off TikTok.
Exercise your brain.
Exactly. Don't be our age and try to catch up, man. Just do a little bit every day. You'll be surprised. Cool. Good stuff as always. All right, what else we got, man? What else are we? All right, let's see here on the little banner. All right, we
The
talked.
Wakanda.
Oh yeah. This was not even on my radar. Let's see here. Man, Disney Plus is popping right now, man. They're dropping a lot of content. All right. So to set this up, it sounds like they're going to be dropping. There's a sneak peek of a new animation cartoon series, Eyes of Wakanda, coming to Disney Plus. So let me pull this up. Yeah, been getting into Ironheart though. So we're probably, I think we watched 2 full episodes. So far so good. I'm still in that wait and see, right, where it hasn't completely hooked me yet. Typically I have like a 3 show like maximum. If I'm not feeling it, I'm going to stop. So I think one more episode and we'll see what's going on. I think they've only dropped like 3 or 4 episodes. I think they're dropping 3 at a time or something like that, or 1 a week, but I think they're dropping a new one today, right?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to check it out. I'll read the reviews first, but there was so much hype and disappointment behind it before it even dropped. I think it kind of deterred me a little bit.
That's weird. I'm the same way too, man. Like once everyone's jumping on the bandwagon or whatever, I'm like, I'm out. I'm good.
Yeah.
But hey, looks like we got someone waiting to hop in here. CJ, Chris, the Beat God. What's up, man? You good?
What's up, y'all?
Dude, we missed you,
yeah. I was outside on the road. It started raining real bad, and there was a couple of really bad accidents out there.
Oh.
Prayers up to everybody. I saw a gang of red and blue lights outside, so I had a pretty difficult time trying to make it back to the house.
Oh my God! Yeah, T was saying there's lightning storms, and so it's raining.
Man, it looked like it was right in our yard. And then I've been having phone issues this whole week. I think I dropped it a couple extra times over the weekend. I probably need a new phone. So none of my stuff is working correctly. I'm lucky I can still get on Wi-Fi.
Oh my God, dude. So you're gonna get an upgrade?
Yeah.
What are you gonna get?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try to go get an upgrade real soon, like ASAP.
Yeah.
But
I need one too.
If the free phone is good enough, I might do it.
Why not, man? I've had this for like, I don't know, maybe going on 3 years now, 3 or 4 years. Like,
I'm telling you, mine too.
I wish I could get one every year, but I don't really value it that much, man. It's the same thing every time, man. Why do I need to drop another 1,000, right?
I really don't understand why people do it.
It's that mentality. It's that
I gotta have the newest thing.
Yeah, especially with the younger folks. At least that's what I've noticed. All the younger folks I see, they all want that newest thing. You know what I mean? When they came out with those iPhone for Life plans, that was like maybe 10 years ago.
Just keep sucking you in, right?
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Like you don't even need it.
People have lost their minds.
Yeah. They want our money, man. We're cash cows to them, man. That's it.
Straight up.
All right. Well, again, thoughts to anyone out there in Atlanta, Georgia, who's dealing with that crazy ass weather.
Stay safe.
Yeah, for sure, man. We got Chris back. You haven't missed much, man. We just looked at Running Man trailer, the OG and the new one. Have you seen that?
Yes. I saw the trailer. Shouts out to my man. I want to say his name is Glenn Howell.
Yes. Yeah. I knew Glenn too. Like Glenn, I don't know the rest, but yeah, that's him.
It reminds me of the Netflix movie he did a little bit, where he was a spy. He was in a bunch of disguises,
That sounds familiar.
but with a kind of a feel for if it's y'all remember when they redid Minority Report?
Wait, they redid that?
No, I'm sorry, not Minority Report, Total Recall.
See, I didn't watch that, but man, I loved the first one.
The one with Colin Farrell?
Yeah, I didn't even see that one, dude. Was that any good?
It was pretty good. It was pretty good. It gives a lot of that kind of a feel.
Yeah.
And a little bit of Minority Report when you look at the scenery and everything.
Ah.
So it's got really good visuals. They're expanding the premise of the movie
Really?
from yeah. They're not in some maze or anything like that underground. Now they're out there in the city,
Wow.
and they got to survive for a whole month.
Yeah. I noticed that little twist, right? Where the other one was just a show, right?
Exactly.
But I guess this is a show, but it's just for 30 days. And then everyone is trying to hunt him down.
So I like that because it expands on what the movie was,
Mm-hmm.
but still maintaining what it used to be.
Yeah.
So even though we're not going to see some of the classic guys, again, T was saying that earlier today. Shout out to Jim Brown. Is some of the other guys that were the big bads in the original Running Man. We love seeing those characters and everything. Hopefully they do the big bad and the boss characters some justice in the new movie. What we didn't get is a real glimpse of who he's going to be fighting or running from.
Yeah, they didn't make that clear in the trailer. They look
you saw the big boss.
Yeah.
And you saw the show host.
Yeah. We were actually just talking about Coleman. We were like, dude, good for him. Dude is everywhere, man.
Yeah.
He's blowing up.
Yeah, and he looks like he's going to do pretty good in that role. We all remember Richard Dawson from the old ones, and the big personality Richard Dawson always used to have. So I think Coleman is bringing that to the screen pretty well.
What's Richard Dawson from, man?
Family Feud and Hogan's Heroes.
We were talking about that. I was just testing you, man. Trying to stump Chris,
Come on, man. Don't test me.
Dude, yeah, you're the brain, man. You know everything, bro. Encyclopedia. If y'all don't know what that is, man, look that up. I like that pop quiz.
As a matter of fact, if you look up encyclopedia, I'll take you way back. Old kids literature that'll kind of give your kids that boost. His name is Encyclopedia Brown.
Oh. That's the
little smart kid that can figure everything out, like a little baby Sherlock Holmes. That's right.
Yeah. I remember those as a kid.
Yep. See, they always brought back Nancy Drew. They brought back the Hardy Boys, but they didn't bring back Encyclopedia Brown.
I wonder why that is.
They need to. He's probably the best out of all of them.
Was he kind of like a nerdy kid, though?
Nah, he was cool. He had swag.
Okay.
But he was smart. He was super smart.
I was telling T earlier, I didn't really like reading as a kid, man. Like
I hated reading. It had to be a good story.
Reader. Yeah, and like I'd count the pages, like how many are left, and then like for the chapter, and then for the whole book.
I can't do that. I'm falling asleep before I get halfway through.
For real, man. But then I was telling T that I've like developed a new love for reading. In my 9 to 5, I have to talk and have to listen, and so I want to try to be a better communicator because I can be like all over the place, or I don't even know what I want to say. You know what I mean? So one of the things I saw was like you just got to read more. You know, I have to keep keep the mind fresh, like what T was saying, keep it active.
You do.
So, yeah, I'm
That's
actually
where your
about.
vocabulary comes from. It's where, honestly, it's where your brain learns to articulate better,
Yeah.
right? Reading other articulations and storing them.
Yeah. 100%. I was
And
telling
then you won't
T.
even notice it, right? You won't
Yeah.
even notice it.
And
Just
then
all of a
boom.
sudden, little by little,
Yeah.
you
That's
think
why
of
you
better
gotta.
things to say.
Yeah.
That's why you gotta take a look, man. It's in the book.
Rise of the Ulterior Empire, baby. TMH, come on. If you ain't got $2,
Nah,
$4, come
you
on.
didn't catch the reading rainbow.
Yeah. Lamar, baby. Lamar
That's
LeVar.
right.
Lamar Bird?
LeVar.
LeVar.
Yeah.
LeVar Bird.
Yeah. Man, that guy's like Mr. Rogers, man. Dude.
Sure enough.
I know so many people, man. Like he impacted so many kids in a
Okay,
positive
Jordan
way.
LaForge, man.
Who?
You know what my favorite moment from him is?
You don't know who Jordan LaForge is, man?
Oh, okay, yeah. I had to look him up, man. I didn't know his name, man. Come on, man.
Yeah. Next Generation, Star Trek: The Next Generation.
I was a
But no,
teen, man. I was busy doing other things.
on the street.
I was out and about, man.
But look, my favorite moment from LeVar Burton is, I want to say, do y'all remember the TV series about the Clippers? Or was it a year or two ago?
Was that Netflix?
Lawrence Pitt? No, it was on TV. I think ABC.
About the
You could
Clippers.
probably catch it on Prime and Netflix. It was about the Clippers, and you remember Donald Sterling got caught being racist around his
Yeah.
girl, talking about don't bring black guys to the games and all
Yeah.
that, and how he had to sell how to sell the team.
Yeah.
You know, they made a mini series about that.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, Lawrence Fishburne
I
was
never got a
playing
chance
Doc
to watch
Rivers.
that. Yeah, I never got a chance to watch that one.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
So, all right, so I'll make it short. I'll speed it up and get there. Doc Rivers, Lawrence Fishburne's character, Doc Rivers is friends. Doc Rivers is friends with LeVar Burton. He went and visited him while they were in the middle of dealing with what they were going to do about Sterling and what he said, and how they're going to get ahead of it, and how it's affecting them in the media and all that. And he sat down with him on the couch and he asked him, because LeVar stated in that show that he keeps the shackles from Roots that he wore as Kunta Kinte on his wall above his fireplace. Because he said, as good as the image is that he portrayed to the media, he knew he got the jobs he got because he was a safe choice. He was a safe black man. And he said that burned him from the inside out. He had the same amount of anger as every other angry black man that we know.
Wow.
But because his job and what he represented was so important, he had to constantly check his feelings at the door and be willing to be looked at as that sellout.
Yeah.
So he said the one thing he kept out of everything he did, because remember, yes, the only thing we really know him from is Kunta Kinte, Reading Rainbow, and Star Trek: The Next Generation, Geordie LaForge.
There was
He
a
he could never get controversial roles because they needed him to be the safe black man.
there was a film he did, a mini TV series in the '80s when I was a kid. during Halloween with Sherry Belafonte. That's one of my favorite ones. Midnight Hour. That's
Yeah.
what it was called. Midnight Hour.
Harry was always one of my favorite people too, being an activist.
Who?
Harry Belafonte, Sherry Pop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, don't know nobody know about that. That's a classic though.
What's it called?
He
Midnight
said
Hour.
he kept those
Midnight Hour?
shackles in his house to
Midnight Hour.
remind him that he was still just as black and just as angry as all of his black brothers and sisters.
This right here.
That's it.
And I just
Yep.
that stuck with me.
Man, that scared the mess out of me as a kid.
It's a vampire movie. It should.
Yeah, I'm kind of shook right now, man, looking at those teeth. Damn.
Yeah.
I got bit by my dog yesterday. She got a flower. She got a flower in her mouth. I don't know why I felt like compelled to grab it. Yeah, she didn't want to give it up, man. She just like, and it was like so close, but one of her her teeth like dug into my finger, like it pierced the skin. I was worried I had to go get a tetanus shot, man. But I've been monitoring it. I think it's good, dude. I think it's just. I went to Google. I did the worst thing you could do. I go to Google and so. But yeah, would you guys get a tetanus shot?
Here's the question: what did you
if I
do
stepped on a rusty
to
nail,
the dog for biting you?
Say it again.
What did you do to the dog?
I didn't do anything, man. I did get mad though.
You let him get away with the bite?
I did. Which? Hey, what am I supposed to do, man? We're bad dog owners, dude.
Newspaper to that ass, buddy.
Hey,
you bite me, you getting a whooping just like one of my regular kids.
We're live right now, so I didn't do nothing. but
hey, I said newspaper.
Dude, you're
don't have Peter coming.
Yeah. So.
You know what's crazy? Look, and it's crazy. I just said like newspaper to that ass, like I would spank one of my kids. I have never spanked my kids. I ain't never had to. They're good kids.
Oh my god, dude! And you must be a good father, man. Good dad, right?
Well, they listen, right? They kind of love their dad.
You're one of the good ones, man. I think we got 3 solid fathers right here.
Good dads unite.
Yeah. We should do that, man. Like a month celebrating fathers. Well, we got a day, I guess, right? Father's Day, but we were talking about mental health awareness before you hopped in here, right? Did I mention that? See, I don't even know what I'm saying sometimes.
It's all right.
All right. What's
important?
Next? Yeah.
Wakanda. Wakanda.
Yeah, we got to get to that, man. We had it queued up.
What is it called? Eyes of Wakanda? Something like that.
Eyes of Wakanda, exactly. So let's see this. See if I can present.
It's crazy. And again, directed by who?
Is that looking kind of crumbly? That is, huh?
Ryan Coogler. Why he look like LeBron?
Is that looking okay? Let me see. All right, I'm gonna play it though. Let's
once you hit play, it'll probably clear up.
Is a kingdom of many secrets.
Ooh, next month. Wow, that looks like that Star Wars.
Yeah, so that's not coming till August.
I was gonna say it looks like Star Wars. I couldn't think of the name. The Clone Wars. I don't know if you guys ever watched that. That was a pretty big series too.
Clone Wars was dope.
I caught some of it. I was never that big into Star Wars. Like, I think I was born right after. If I was born 5 years before, I'd be like all about it.
Yeah. I can't lie. I think where you
What's up? What's
really
up? You cut
kind of
out for a
have
second.
to. Did I? Can you hear me?
Yeah. You good?
It's trying to fix the echo again, but it's still causing issues. But
Is the audio coming through okay? Test, test, test.
yeah,
Are we
I
good?
can hear you great.
Okay.
I can just hear me after I speak.
You turned off the echo?
Well, I tried to reactivate it and it's still not working. So I'm just like, all right, let me just leave it.
All right. Hopefully we can find a fix for that.
'Cause it just,
Oh.
yeah, I think once I change the setup over here, um, it'll get better once I set up and get my mic plugged
Yeah.
in and everything, and get it set where I can possibly do this from the laptop instead of on my phone.
That'll be money right there. What's
Yeah,
stopping you?
yeah.
What's stopping you from doing
I'm
that?
working. I'm working on just a bunch of other stuff and not making the time really while I'm at home finding everything else in the world to do.
There's a lot to do, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
So,
But yeah, man. Eyes of Wakanda comes in August,
yeah. Yeah, dude, anything
so
you
they
want to
got
touch
plenty
on,
of time
man?
to develop.
What's top of mind for you, man? What did you come across this past week, man, that got you excited, that you feel like we should be sharing with here on the live? What are you thinking?
Well, the Eyes of Wakanda was something that I spotted,
Yeah.
and then yeah, like I'm highlighting everything Ryan Coogler's doing right now.
Dude,
That
I
man
checked
is on
out
fire. We
started
need to pay
Ironheart,
attention to
man.
it. Yes.
I think we're on the third episode.
And the new episodes are tonight.
Are
And
they
it's only
dropping
supposed to be a six.
Are they dropping 3 at a time, or they're
Uh,
dropping one a week?
well, they dropped three the first week, but they said it's only supposed to be a 6 episode series. So I actually expect all three tonight.
Yeah. Cool. I'm at
Matter of
that
fact,
point where I'm like, okay, where is this going? Okay. And then so I'm right on that cusp. I'm on the fence. It's either we're all in and we love it, or it's like, I'm gonna stop here. It's been decent.
part of the problem with Disney is that they make it slow
Mm,
because they start making series. They build up a little bit too slow.
mm-hmm.
And some people don't like that. Like there are definitely those audiences that want to see you get right to it right away.
Mm, yeah.
You know,
Especially in today's world,
so
man. Those shorts,
right,
reels, everything's so quick. Little
right.
snippets,
So
man.
for
Like,
me, the fact that they let her steal her suit from school, and they tried to give us a little action. They tried to give us a little bit of what we were going to see once she had completed everything. Like, how many episodes had you watched so far? Because it looks like
yeah.
all six are available now.
Okay, I think we finished the first two. I think we
Okay,
just started the third one, but I mean,
so you
yeah,
saw where they started to use her.
yeah, like they actually just completed the first mission. So,
Okay, yeah.
and then Hood, I'm not sure if I was really feeling if this is the next Iron Man. Again, I don't know anything coming in. I didn't read any of the comics. I honestly don't even really remember a lot of Black Panther. I think she was in 2, right? Like that's where they were starting to segue
Right.
and introduce
She
her.
was in part 2.
Yeah. So, I don't know a lot of the backstory, but I don't know the one of the characters there. Like he seemed like a bad dude, and so I'm not sure why they're together, but I'm sure it's all part of the storyline, And so, just
The part of the storyline is that she begins as a criminal first.
yeah. Okay. Well, then there you go. So
Flat out. That's why they had the open discussion. If you remember the very first episode, she went right to Hood and was like, what are we doing? I don't do hurting people. I don't do
Yeah.
violence and all that kind of stuff. So he was just like, yeah, normal run of the mill stuff, theft,
Yeah.
extortion,
Yeah.
et cetera, et cetera. And then she was like, okay, cool. Because I don't know if y'all remember, she was doing the same thing in Wakanda Forever that she got kicked out of school for at the beginning of the show.
Really? I don't remember that.
All right, so in Wakanda Forever, when they first found her, I don't know if you remember, but she was tracking down somebody she had sold an assignment to and hadn't got paid yet.
Oh, shut up. No way.
A tech assignment.
That's funny.
Yep. And yeah, and she find the little rich kids on campus that want to be into tech and all that. So she's a genius. So she's putting all these projects together in no time. And yeah, she's selling them.
Hey, that's a good
And
hustle
as you
right
see in the
there.
beginning of the show, they literally pick up where Wakanda Forever left off, except this time she's been doing it so much, trying to get money to build the suit. Why? Because they would not let her take her suit back from Wakanda. So that original Ironheart armor is still sitting there in a vault in Wakanda, waiting for nobody to put it on.
The original one. So the one on the show is like a second edition, Mach 2,
She had to
Mach
make it
3.
again. Yeah, she made another one.
Wow.
Right. The one that she stole from school was her whole project at school.
Yeah.
Was remaking the suit and making it better, making it stronger. Like she said, better armor, better tech fields, as far as magnetic fields, electricity fields, things like that. Like she was developing it because she knows the specs, right? But she doesn't know Tony's specs. So she thinks she's trying to make a suit of armor stronger than Iron Man.
Wow. That's bold.
It ain't gonna work.
You know.
All right.
So is she officially the next Iron Man? Is that the deal, or is that's just what they're like? Is that her?
Pretty
role?
much yes,
Right?
but no. She's another Iron character, but she's not replacing Tony Stark in the canon events at all. No. She has her own story. Right? She will not. I don't believe she becomes an Avenger or anything like that unless we start looking at the next Avengers or the Young Avengers.
Like the
Right?
next round.
Because
Like
they've been
V3.
building it up.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all remember. Again, Ryan Coogler, who likes his was in the Hawkeye TV series.
Yeah.
She's the new Hawkeye.
That's
Kate
one
Bishop.
thing. Yeah. I like how Disney has that, how there's all these interconnected stories. I think it just makes for more powerful storytelling and different spin-offs. I think as long as they're focused and put out a good quality product, though, like they don't just rush it and just put it out, money grab.
Right.
Then we're happy campers.
Well, and canonically, you're waiting for basically some of these folks to have their children. And I don't know if people next Avenger. Right? They did.
You cut out. One more time?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. They did make an animated movie of the next Avengers or the Young Avengers. I think it's still the next Avengers, but Captain America and Black Widow had a kid. Hawkeye's has a son. So this girl, Kate Bishop, she's not canonically the child of Clint Barton. But then also, people know from the comic books that Black Panther and Storm, they get married, they have a child. Their son steps into the situation. Thor has a daughter. Right? So, and then we just saw in Love and Thunder where, of course, technically it was Gore the God Butcher's daughter, but Thor basically adopts her. So now Thor's daughter is here,
Wow.
and uncanonically, Ant Man's daughter is in the picture, right? Even though Kate Bishop is not the child of Clint Barton, she does show up in the comic books. So what I'm basically building up to is they're building up their own version of the younger Avengers.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think they're going to cap it off by showing you Franklin Richards be born in the net.
Oh. Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Nice.
We will see Franklin Richards be born.
Yeah. See, that's just so cool. And then they can, minor leagues is Disney Plus.
Hey.
Prime
Hang on
time
real quick.
Yeah.
I need to switch my earpiece.
Do it.
I'll be right back.
All right. Yeah, but that's one thing I love about Disney is that, they've got this crazy system, right, where they can start to tease things out in the credits, then they can take it to a series on Disney Plus, straight to movie Disney Plus, or big blockbuster film in the theaters. And so I think it's pretty cool to see the progression.
Okay.
They start off on Disney Plus and then they make it to the big screen.
Find my power button here.
All right, Chris is back.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, sounds like no.
Now we hear you.
I just need to redo the settings, I guess.
Come on, bust a freestyle right now. Someone, spit.
Okay, how we doing?
All good.
I'm back. Hey,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, so I think that's going to be interesting
All right,
when
so-
all that drops.
All the kids are coming. So we definitely want to make sure we stay paying attention to that.
Yeah.
Let's get that
Naked Gun?
let's do that.
Oh, please.
Oh,
Please
real
find the
quick,
trailer.
Real quick. Did you hear who got casted for Street Fighter?
50.
Biddy.
Hell yeah, 50 Cent.
Biddy. Oh, is that old
Playing
news?
Balrog.
Oh, that is old news. June 26th. Wow.
Yeah.
I would have liked to see someone younger.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well, Balrog is somebody that don't have to be some young character. He could be middle-aged, retired boxer who's still just super tough, and now is an enforcer, for a faction.
Yeah.
Right. So,
hey man, get that
like,
money.
we're
50.
not. Yeah, we're not talking, 70, 80-year-old retired boxer, but somebody who just finished, maybe getting kicked out of the league or something.
Yeah. OG vet.
Yeah.
All right.
And, he kind of has to look like that Mike Tyson build, right?
You need the shoulders and that body type.
50 got all that.
He does. All right, let's get into this Naked Gun trailer. Wait, when is Street Fighter coming out?
I don't even know if they have a release date. They're just casting right now.
Oh yeah, true. All right, let's get into Naked Gun.
There's a couple of people on there that I don't recognize, but yeah, let's play this clip.
Yeah, all right, I got it here. Wait, I haven't seen this, so I'm actually kind of hyped. Let's see what this is about. All right, cool. There it is.
Oh, just you wait, buddy.
All right, there you go. This is it. Right? Move that.
Thanks. Once you kill a man for revenge, there's no going back. A voice in your head saying over and over, "That was awesome."
Who are you?
Drebin. Detective Frank Drebin. Thanks.
Police squad has always been the elite of the elite.
Hi, Daddy. It's me, Frank Jr. Love you.
Hey, Dad. Boy, do I miss you.
What's that guy?
And you, Frank, are the best of the best.
I need a bathroom. I need this one immediately.
There's a line, man.
Police business. Oh, I'm gonna ruin another suit.
Over here, Lieutenant. I think someone murdered my brother.
Please, take a chair.
Thank you.
I'll find them. This is what I do. Says you served 20 years for
Buster?
man's laughter.
You mean manslaughter?
Must have been quite the joke.
They're going to shut down police squad if you do not solve this case. Do this by the book.
Show a little respect.
Why? Who's gonna arrest me? Other cops?
Yes.
Is she serious?
Is he serious?
No.
It seems Mr. Drebin might be more of a problem than we thought. I want you to keep an eye on him.
This oven is disgusting.
Rest assured, I won't stop until I've found justice.
What do you want, little one?
Your ass. Nobody messes with police squad.
We've upgraded your car with the most advanced crime-fighting tech.
Drive forward 30 feet. Pretty smooth.
Oh.
This place is falling apart.
Wow, that looks good.
We have not had comedy like that
We needed that
in
man.
decades.
Yeah. Wow. Hey, Liam Neeson still. His name is still. Oh, Liam Neeson. I'm thinking Leslie Nielsen. Liam Neeson, Leslie Nielsen. It's like very similar.
I don't think that was a coincidence.
Wow. Wow, that looks so good. That's a must watch for sure. I was wondering how they were going to put that together. I didn't even realize that was his son. Wow.
All of their sons.
That is so funny.
The whole squad from the previous movies.
Seth
You
MacFarlane.
notice that they were all sitting there kneeling down at the pictures of their fathers. And then comes OJ.
I recognize that little guy, the younger guy. I think he was in Cobra Kai. I think that's Stingray. Stingray from Cobra
It is.
Kai, right? Wow.
It is.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, that looks like
Seth MacFarlane, man.
Yeah.
Genius.
This movie's going to be foolish.
Yeah.
I wish he still would have had that what was it, like a Star Wars? I'm not Star Wars, but Star Trek spinoff that he did on
Orville.
Yeah, I used to love that. I love that show.
Which show?
Orville.
Ah. That was a good show? Let me see.
Oh yeah, funny.
Is that like WB or something? What's that on?
No, it was on Fox.
I think it was Fox.
Oh, Fox. Okay.
Yep, Seth MacFarlane, his contract is with Fox.
Oh, that's Seth MacFarlane too? Orville?
Yeah.
He was the star.
Yeah, Orville, Family Guy.
Wait,
American Dad, Cleveland Show.
No, okay, I know them. Oh, is this more like a Star Trek thingy? Star Trek?
It is.
Yeah.
Just a whole Star Trek parody.
My homeboy Borders, man. Supposed to be like a wharf.
I should check this
Oh,
out.
the character from Orville.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I've never seen this. I've been living under a rock, man. Like I'm not playing.
Just not in the loop, bro.
I'm in my own bubble, man.
Yeah.
One day you just wake up, man, and you're just like, one day you're it. You got your eyes and ears on everything. You know what's good and stuff, and then all of a sudden you're just like, wait, what? That's where I am.
Me too. I have to look up a lot of this stuff.
Yeah. All right. What's next? We a little bit over. We can hang out a little bit longer. Up to you guys. What else we got?
I think we covered everything on the list. Unless there's something else.
Of course, the next movie to come out is about to be Superman.
Yup.
It's out on the 11th, right?
I'll say yes.
So I believe
and look it up.
it's officially 10 days till the release of Superman, and I do believe they have a couple of different trailers out there now. You've got a couple of comments. That's what I wanted to know. What do y'all think about the suit?
That's funny. I was wondering that too when I pulled it up before we started this today. I kind of had some thoughts about the suit. What you think?
Well, I kind of understand what he's going for, which is a cross between the nostalgia of the classic Golden Age Superman from the comic books, which is who Christopher Reeve was, our good, beloved classic Superman in his suit. He updated it, but still kept the retro feel. Right? So you've got the lines, and you've got a little bit of a collar up on his neck a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And see, that actually still comes from a little bit of New 52 Superman.
New 52
Right.
Superman.
Yeah.
That's like a different
The series of the Justice League and DC Comics. Yeah.
Okay.
Where their New 52 was the DC version of Marvel's multiverse. The 52 meant there were 52 worlds, 52 parallel Earths.
I think like most people, if you're, like I'm not checking for DC at all. Right? Like I know they released a few movies in the last like 5 years, Justice League, Batman, all those. Didn't really capture my attention.
Which is wild.
Yeah. We tried watching some of them, but
if it ain't Batman, people don't want to see it.
I was also more Marvel heavy when I was into comics as a kid, and so this is just a personal thing. Like if I like one thing, I'm kind of hating on the other ones because like that's my jam. Like I'm all Sony, so like Xbox, nah, get out of here. Now that I'm older, I'm more open-minded now. Hey,
I agree with you there.
Yeah.
I'm 100% PlayStation.
Yeah.
Never been an Xbox guy. So I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. But
what I do want to point out though is just like Gunn he's got this flair for small details.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like before when we showed the trailers and I was pointing out, unlike any other Superman movie, they showed you his personality change. That's Gunn. Right? So the lines in the suit, no fake muscles. Gunn is purposeful. Right? He did not want to simulate fake muscles, even though we saw Henry Cavill get jacked to play that movie. So it would make it more so that those muscles weren't fake. Here's the thing. David Cornsweet is both taller, heavier, and I actually think he got more jacked up. He might not be as ripped, like with defines on the muscles, but he bulked up.
Yeah, he doesn't look.
His arms are huge right now. Like Henry Cavill's only about 6'1". Christopher Reeve's a solid 6'5".
Damn.
Brandon Routh, a solid 6'5".
Damn,
Big dudes.
He's a big boy, man. Damn.
Yeah.
But again, it's Superman. You have to be like larger than life.
You're supposed to be bigger.
You're supposed to not only tower over, but you got the mass. You're gonna tower over.
Correct.
Yeah.
So David Cornsweet is back a little bit in that mode. I don't think he's all the way 6'5" or something, but I'm pretty sure he's taller than Henry Cavill. He looks like he's a good 6'2", 6'3". He's just, you could just see he's bigger.
Yeah.
Right. And like I said, you need that. The good character casting is important.
Yeah, they all had him like that because they even with Superman and Lois, they got mad.
Because Tyler Hoechlin is not a big dude. He looks normal. Right? It kind of like Tyler Hoechlin kind of brought back the nostalgia from Dean Cain playing Superman.
When you said Superman and Lois, that's the
I think they got him at what, 6 feet?
That's how far back I am. I'm like, oh, does he mean Dean Cain? And I'm like, that ain't it, man. All right, let me pull this up just in case anyone's wondering, and if anyone's not a, DC fan, DC stan, whatever they're called.
No, I think Dean Cain might have been the short one out of them all.
This is the guy, right? That you're talking about?
That's Tyler Hoechlin.
Yeah.
Hoechlin. One of those. My apologies if I mispronounce your name.
He looks like with his expression, man, he looks like a surfer dude, Superman. Like, yeah, bro, whatever.
And then is he supposed to shave a little? Like, why has he always got a 5 o'clock shadow?
They trying some new stuff, man.
Absolutely not.
Where's Dean Cain? There's Dean Cain.
Because he had that ever since he was on Teen Wolf.
That's right. Tyler did come from Teen Wolf.
Teen Wolf? What is that?
MTV TV series.
Oh, I don't think I watched that.
5 o'clock shadow.
I didn't either, but it was popular for a little bit.
Oh, that's
right around the same time as Twilight. What's his name? Taylor Lautner?
Yeah.
Got, in the wake of Robert Pattinson getting all of that hype for being the vampire, he got a lot of the hype for being the werewolf. Like, he got a lot of attention too.
Yeah, I remember that.
And this was them wanting to see that fantasy played out. And a bunch of werewolf guys.
Any relation to the movie, Michael J. Fox? No relation, right?
Only in the title.
Okay, yeah. Because the title's like exactly the same. Teen Wolf, right?
I believe the names were the same.
Dude, that's probably going to come out soon. Like, if it's not
at all.
You don't think so? Teen Wolf?
They're done with Teen Wolf.
I bet.
That was already a series.
Really? Wait.
That's what I'm saying.
Nah, I'm saying
that's where Tyler.
I'm saying movie.
You want a movie reboot?
I'm just saying, man, just every single thing, man, anything under the sun, man, that's been out in the last 30 years, man, they're just trying to find a way to bring it back. Things we ain't even asking for.
Yeah, I'm thinking we'll get Back to the Future first.
Yeah. But see if that hits and Michael J's still around, right? Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
But if that ends up hitting, you know they're going to go through his catalog and be like, all right, what's next?
And the next one would be The Secret of My Success.
Secret of My Success?
Correct. Don't sleep on a good Wall Street movie.
I don't know if I've seen that. And the crazy thing is, it's like the first time I'm even hearing about that. How is that possible?
That's just crazy, because that's a young Michael J. Fox coming from an old country town to be an upstart for an executive, you know, trying to.
Oh my God.
Starts off in the mailroom or something, and he's trying to get his brain into the boardroom.
That's the American dream right there.
Exactly.
Small town, go to the big city, make a name for yourself, make some money, come back, you know, proud as hell.
Finds the girl he falls in love with, and at the same time, the wife's boss is trying to sleep with him every day.
Life is good.
I said the wife's boss, the boss's wife.
Life is good.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that was a good movie, man.
Good times, man. All right,
absolutely.
What else is going on? Squid Game America. They're filming that.
Season 4, and then moving on to the spinoff. Yeah.
Looks like Cate Blanchett might possibly be involved. I don't know for sure. They have her picture here.
I don't know if they want to keep up with that franchise, though. You know, some franchises are supposed to have their run and then don't keep wearing it out, right? You're gonna beat a horse to death.
Yeah.
I think this is going to turn into one of those.
Well, if Netflix has anything to say about it, of course, man. Jeez.
Now, the good thing about it with Netflix is once they look at those ratings for the first year, if it doesn't have the takeoff, they'll snatch it right back out of there.
Yeah, they're quick.
I'm not mad at that. It's like, you know, if it sucks, get it up out of there.
See, but there's a problem with that too, though. You know, sometimes I think back in the day, right? That's how cult films, cult shows gained a following, right? Because they were good shows, just not popular. And then word of mouth, and you hear about it. You're at a buddy's house, and it's on, and all of a sudden you're hooked, and you're like, "Wow, that's good." And then all of a sudden, 10 years later, everyone's talking about it. If
now
if
there is,
play, yeah.
There's a lane right there for exactly those. Right. I think movies like The Breakfast Club and Ferris Bueller's Day Off, like those fit into that category. Right. I don't think any of those movies did extremely well at the box office. They probably succeeded, but you know, not to the levels where you're winning awards and things like that. But at the same time, I don't know anybody my age that hasn't seen The Breakfast Club.
Classic. Gotta watch
or
it.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yep.
Or Revenge of the Nerds.
All 4 of them.
Revenge, man, classic example of a cult film. Exactly what you're describing.
Yeah. But see,
right?
if they pull something too soon, now you're going to alienate that fan base because you got the small fan base and they love it. They're hardcore. They're evangelizing it. They're on Reddit everywhere talking about it or whatever. But if they pull it now, you don't give them the chance for it to like grow organically. Like sometimes that happens. It's a slow roll rather than just. See, that's the problem with that, man. And then think about the audience you're attracting to that. Different audience. You know what I mean? That's why after 4 seasons, they dump it because they lost their attention and now they're on to something else. Whereas the hardcore ones, they can't get what they want, but they love it. They'll pay. They'll do whatever. But they got no access because it doesn't make any money.
But then they'll still go try to find it, look for it, and find other platforms that they're streaming on and everything like that. And then what you'll notice is the ones that do have that cult following, they'll find their way back.
Exactly.
Because then they're like, we've had this uptick of requests or searches for this specific film or series. And it's called, let's give it another shot, because apparently maybe they weren't streaming it live when we were airing it, but they dang sure going back to look it up. So I think that's where Cobra Kai came from.
Yeah, it did, because it was a YouTube series, right? One season,
just off some nostalgia from Karate Kid. Everybody is so nostalgic about the Karate Kid. Daniel-san is one of our teenage heroes, right? Moved to a new town, got bullied, overcame the bullying, became a champion, became popular, got the girl. Went overseas, got the other girl, took out Miyagi's best friend's best student and nephew. They almost had a fight to the death, right? And then he comes back, he goes back to the karate dojo, he starts getting harassed by Ponytail. Like, we have such nostalgia over that story that when they brought it on YouTube, it took, and this is what I mean about those that uptick in what people are looking for. They just did it off a whim, right? And went into millions immediately. Wow. So then they said, oh, well, we're about to get a budget. So we're about to hire a script director. We've already got executive producer and Netflix. What do you think about this idea?
Boom.
We put it on YouTube and it did this.
Yeah.
Now we have this budget from this studio. That was something Netflix didn't want to say no to.
Yeah.
That's exactly what Netflix is here for.
Yeah. Yeah. They paying big bucks right now. They're
for those certain things, those certain shows and movies that just trigger such great feelings in their audience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We're 30 minutes over. Anything else from you?
Me, I'm cool. I mean, I know I was late, but I tend to do a lot of the rambling.
No, it was T earlier.
Oh, good. Well, yeah, because of course, the first 38 minutes or whatever, we need some filler.
Hey, you know what's funny? We made it work, man. That's all that matters. Me and T, baby, all day. But yeah, we desperately missed you.
My guys.
Like, where Chris at?
Yeah, my apologies for my traffic issues and my phone problems.
Nah, you good, man. You safe. That's the goal, man. We need to get you off that phone and onto a laptop, right?
Yeah, that's the next move. That's the next move.
Easy, man. Free up your phone so you can, be here on the laptop we streaming, and you're on your phone looking some stuff up if you need to.
And probably get rid of the lag too.
Yeah. All right.
All right, people.
We're going to do that. Another great show. Man, a lot of different things going on. Mental health is very, very important. So, again, PSA, go talk to somebody, man. You're not on your own. You got friends, family, loved ones. There's resources out there if you need some help. And if not, and you need an escape, man, go check out Superman. Go check out Running Man. Go check out Street Fighter, Eyes of Wakanda. Rise of the Ulterior Empire, TMH. Again, we're there on Amazon, Spotify for free, yo. You got no excuse. Just check it out for real.
Just go like, subscribe, and support us on our other channels. Absolutely.
Appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I'm out.
Next week, people.
Exactly. See you next week.
Love you, bless you. Thank God for you being here.